Welcome everybody, it's Stackz Gaming. We're a little late to the party. It took a while for me to get my hands on this. So this is a structure deck, 05. Basically the 5th structure deck that came out after Kaido. Some of the stuff is in here that's necessary to play other decks right now. So basically why I got it. If you saw my Zephyr build, you have to play like that 1/4 drop that on play gives you Arrested Dawn. So, as per usual, we always have our 10 Dawn standard, and then our leader. So basically our leader says active main, once per turn, -3 Dawn, give up to one of your film characters plus 2,000. So he's basically like the Uta leader, where the Uta would rest 1 Dawn, giving up one of your vanillas up to 2,000, right? Or up to 1,000, something like that. Yeah. We'll have somebody put it up on the video to confirm. And then so basically he's not too viable. There's not too many film cards. Most of them are in the structure deck. Nobody's really playing him. I haven't seen it at my locals, but I think he might get good later on. We'll find out, because they're bringing out all kinds of film cards in other colors, so maybe we might get more support for this and he might be good somewhere down the line. But to start off, we have our blocker, Uta. So basically, on block, -1 Dawn. You can rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less. You get 2 of them, so if you want the play set, you gotta buy 2 boxes. Then my second favorite card in here is Bullet. So Bullet says active main, once per turn, -4 Dawn. Rest up to 2 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 6 or less. I think he's really good. Should be played in Kaido, at least 1 or 2. So if you need to get through blockers to end game, he will do it. And then he gains double attack. So, I mean, double attack is really good. If you have the ability to play it, double attack, you should. He also doesn't have a counter, but an 8 for 10 I think is super good. There's not a lot of 8 for 10s that people are playing right now. What is it? I think green is for Odin. No, what's his name? No, the samurai. Odin, yeah, it is Odin. Yeah, so these are 8 for 6. Then the next favorite card up here, the one I was talking about. So basically on play, you get 1 Rested Dawn from your Dawn deck. A 4 for 5 is really good. There's not a lot of downside other than not having a counter. And then most of these the cards in the film structure don't have counters, so it's mainly ramp. And then you have a blocker, 2 for 3, just generic, nothing special, no counters. Then you have, I think, which is probably one of the better cards in this deck, active main. You may trash 1 film card from your hand, and if your opponent has more Dawn than you, you can add 2 Dawn from your Dawn deck rested. So I think that's really good, especially if you're minusing really heavy. And then this card is fun. I played one of it in one of the decks I built. It's just like a weird tech. So basically, when attacking, -2 Dawn, draw 2 cards. So the upside is you get 2 cards, but you got a -2 Dawn. So I think it's really good for fixing your hand, because purple doesn't have too much for them to fix their hand other than Queen. So I think this Queen and maybe in the Impel Down engine would be really good. I'll look into it. And then we have Vanillas. We have Gordon Vanilla, a 1/3. He has a counter on him for 1,000. I think he's pretty good. Low costing. Then we got Shiki, a 6 for 7. It says if you control, I believe, what is it? You have 8 or more Dawn, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. So he can still be destroyed by card effects, but you won't be able to swing into him to get him off the board. So I think that's really good. I've seen some decks play 3 of him and then focus on having 8 Dawn all the time. It looks really good. Just having to be stuck on board, I think, is a big problem for like green, blue, you know, that's just my opinion. And then we have a 2 for 3 trigger, basic, comes out of life as a trigger. Probably the only good thing about that card, you could play it for free. And then Zephyr, my second favorite card in this deck. I just haven't found room to put it anywhere as a build. So basically he's a 7 for 8. When this card battles a strike attribute character, the character gains 3,000 power during this turn. So 3,000 power would automatically make him 11. Then you can do active main, and then once per turn -1 Dawn, this character gains 2,000. So if he happens to be swinging into a strike and you do the minus, you basically have him gain 5,000 power, so it becomes a 13,000 beater. I think it's pretty good. I might test with him and put him in one of my decks just as a one-of, just because he's good, but there's not a lot of too many strikes going around. That I think you need to have that big of a body swing into a strike unless you absolutely want to remove it. But I might test it out. I'll let you guys know. Then a 3/5, basically a vanilla. It's a good body for a 3, 1k counter. Then you have a 4/6, also another vanilla with the 1k counter. And then the engine of this deck. So this is on play. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 film type card other than this card. And then you basically put the rest at the bottom of your deck. So he's the Nami for film cards. And the upside is he's a 2k counter. Not a lot of searchers are a 2k counter. But the fact that he is, I think, makes it really good if you were to just use part of the engine to search for film cards, like your bigger cards, like the 8-drop Bullet and the 7-drop Zephyr, just to make sure you get it in your hand. And then you got another vanilla, a 2 for 4 on a 1k counter. And then my favorite card of this deck, I play it sometimes, but I just don't like the heavy minus on the Dawn. So basically this card is main, -2 Dawn, destroys, KO something with the cost of 5 or less. So that basically gets rid of a lot of blockers. I think it's really good. I dabble with it on and off, but I think the 5 cost destroying something is really good. And then if you're playing a pure film card deck, this is the MVP of the deck. So up to one of your film cards, type leaders or characters, gains 4,000, and if what is it? Yeah, it gains 4,000. That character cannot be KO'd during this turn. So say you had your Zephyr or something that somebody was trying to swing into, he can't be KO'd if it was the film card, or if you were playing the Bullet. Only 2, I think, viable reasons to play it, but probably will see more gameplay once there's more film stuff available. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. And if you want to see gameplay with this deck, let us know. We'll just run it as a pure variant of this deck for the fun of it.